Good morning, commodities traders. Welcome back to technical analysis on natural gas, UNG, oil, US dollar, gold, and silver. So we're looking at their support and resistance levels as well as the most likely scenario where price will be heading into later next week. And let's get started. So if you guys learn anything, feel free to like, share, and subscribe and support the YouTube channel if you're not on YouTube. And let's get started. So we're looking at 8-hour time frame on natural gas, NG here. Make sure to click the BADJ adjusted so your chart will look like mine, where there will be no contract gaps. You can see all these gaps. And when you click adjusted, you take out the gaps. I put more weight on the the adjusted chart versus the non-adjusted one, but both of them are, depending on what you're trading, both of them matter. All right, let's take a look. So 8-hour on the way up, EMA 12 rider on commodities, you can see bounce, 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 bounce. And once we broke that below, rejection, another rejection here, and currently we are just made an 8-hour downtrend. So this is a big move down, and bulls tried to gain that 8-hour back and try to maybe potentially shape up that weekly uptrend, and they failed. So essentially now we have 8-hour downtrend, the rejection of 8-hour EMA 12. I think I was talking about this on Tuesday, saying that I don't believe that this is a breakout. I want to see another leg up, and for us to potentially get that EMA 12 act as support and curl up. And essentially we kind of just rolled over there. So now the question is, where's the support? So the support here is pretty much where we broke out from. You can see this bound, rejection, 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 and we finally broke out of it here. So this level here, we have rejected from there many, many times while we were doing that grind down thing forever. And so that is pretty much going to act as support when we come down to it, pretty much exactly the same level where we came down on Friday. So let's see if the bull can hold this level, because this is because on the way up there wasn't much support, and the only prior resistance was this level, and pretty much that's where we can go for. If we break that level, then we're looking down closer to this 2.45 level. But for now, let's see if the bulls can actually bounce here. Because this is pretty much the zone they need to bounce, because we already have retraced over 50% of this entire move. You can see we're already close to the golden pocket, pretty much 0.65, 0.68 on the dot there, and coinciding with this prior support. So that's where they need to bounce, because if they don't, with all these indicated coinciding together at this spot and they don't bounce there, that means it's a super weak there's no bulls. Pretty much it will just likely come down to retest the lows if that happens. Let's see if bulls show up here. And if they do show up here, what I want to see is they bounce big enough over this EMA 12 when it comes down on the 8-hour, and then shape up a pivot, potentially give us that 8-hour uptrend back to bulls' favor. Then we may potentially have a chance to retest this this maroon high, which is the longer term resistance we had. You can see rejection, 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 and another rejection. So if we were to retest this high, we need to 8-hour uptrend and make that 8-hour EMA 12 become support again. Otherwise, this would just be another big move up, big move down, just like every other time natural gas does, where it just likes to go up and straight back down with no real weekly trends. So we haven't formed a weekly uptrend since probably years ago. So let's see if they do it here. If they don't do it here, then it's just another one of these big move up, big move down type of thing. Very typical for natural gas. So we just need to know the characteristics of natural gas and trade with it. As long as it keeps riding, let's say we come back up here a little bit, bounce, and then it hits that EMA 12, rejects again, it's probably going to come back down to the low and keep on going. As long as it's riding its EMA trend, it's going to keep riding it. That's the nature of these commodities, especially natural gas. And because of this move is so significant now, breaking the 50% mark, next, even if we get a next bounce, it's likely going to favor the bears. So if we do see a shift that starts to favoring the bulls, then that's a pretty significant shift that we haven't seen for natural gas in a while. Look, to show you guys on the weekly chart here, you guys can see super big move in weekly, right? Gave back a ton. Ideally, we wanted it to hold at this level and then curl, get that weekly uptrend. But at this point, weekly uptrend is very slim. We needed to break 25% above this high for a weekly uptrend. But never say never, because natural gas, I guess, can probably do that. If any of the tickers were going to do that, would probably be natural gas. But we're starting to shape up like this one here. They move up. You can see that huge move down. Bulls tried it the following week and they couldn't do it. So let's see if the Bulls can do it this time when they do try. We are still above the EMA 12 for weekly, so it's looking better here than when we're over here trying. You can see we have no EMA supports down here. EMA was acting as resistance here, but this time we have it here. So this time does look a little bit better than last time, but so far we did give back a lot. But this is pretty much the spot that bulls need to hold. So let's see if they can do it. Indeed, similar idea. You can see this was fire resistance, broke out of it, right? Now we're bouncing off of it as well. And at that, pretty much that spot. So let's see if bulls can give us that weekly uptrend as well. Similar idea, 8-hour bounce, 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 rejection. And let's see when we come back up in, is it going to be another rejection, or is it going to be, can we break through that? Lucky scenario is probably going to be a rejection, but we did bounce off of support, so maybe they have a chance to break through it. But so we'll see if they can pull it off. Similar idea, weekly trend. See, never confirmed a weekly uptrend anywhere here either. So they're kind of their hope. Pick them up, pick them down. Let's see if they can do that. If they can convert a weekly uptrend, then this could be a longer term breakout out of that falling wedge. Watch on that. I might try to get in here, add a little bit because this spot set my stop right below this Friday's low. Let's see what happens on the gap up Sunday night. Sunday I will be open in about, let's see, 2, 3, 5 hours. Futures will open and we'll be able to see if it gaps out or gap down. All right. If you guys want to learn more about technical analysis, feel free to go to my Patreon page and give one-on-ones as well as mentorship, or get that free 15-minute call. As well as if you guys want to get your ticker looked at, go to that page. I'll do an in-depth analysis on any of the stocks that you guys are looking at. And yeah, or if you support the channel. All right, let's take a look at oil. So I'm a bit surprised. Oil is actually coming all the way back down to the megaphone bottom. We drew this for many times already. It's just a megaphone. So it just makes a higher high and then doesn't have any follow through and just comes about all the way down, makes a lower low. You can see every time it just keeps on rejecting and it just keeps on rejecting. Bounce again here. So we're getting pretty close to the bottom of the megaphone again. So we'll see if it bounces there. If it doesn't bounce, we're hitting that maroon line, which is the support. Rejection, rejection, rejection. Now we'll act as support, which it already did once down here. If we do break through that, then we're likely coming back down into the pattern. We'll probably come down to the low of this area. There. So, yeah, continue to look at this megaphone until it breaks out of that trade. And take a look at US dollar. So we did make a tiny bit higher high here above this Friday's high and absolute zero follow through. It's like a puny high. You can just call it a double top here. And then we pretty much just came all the way back down again. That weekly trend is that equilibrium is still intact. So talking about this tiny range for a very long time before it even formed. So big move up, big move down. I was saying here is likely the top, and we're probably going to just continue to do that tightening range thing for a while, probably into maybe September until Fed actually starts cutting rates, and we'll get bigger moves breaking out of this probably. But now it just keep tightening up, and we'll just use the daily as our guide. Big move down, big move up, downtrend still intact, and let's see if it continues. If we break this low, we'll likely head a little bit lower to like 103.6. Let's look at gold. And yep, starts shaping up like that head and shoulders talking about earlier last week. Potentially, head and shoulders just a uptrend into a downtrend. And we'll try to give it a shot. You can see that they tried to bounce this here for the last 3 days, and they just kind of couldn't get over the EMA 12 as well. And then head down, try it again here, couldn't get it over. That is a daily downtrend technically over here. So pretty much they're trying to hold this spot at this moment. You can see this, all these upper wicks, that was prior resistance. I think it's support now. So if we flush through that, then we're probably gonna come down to low of this structure. We're on this 2291 level. If we break pretty much Friday's low. So that's the key support for gold. If they ended up holding, which is holding above the structure, then they may try to get that slight bounce to form that right shoulder, and potentially we'll see how big this bounce is going to be. Yeah, if it's a weak bounce, then it'll be that head and shoulders look. All right, click silver. So silver's guess couldn't really hold gold's weakness, so they pulled back as well. But it's looking a little bit like a tiny range here. We need to pretty much bounce right here for that tiny range to form. So yeah, we need gold to pretty much bounce at exact this spot for silver to also get that bounce to get that tiny range. If gold forms a right shoulder, silver will likely bounce here as well and form that tiny range. See? But if silver breaks this low right here, then that's a daily downtrend. See, big drop, bounce, didn't make a new high, so it's a lower high here. And if we make a lower low, then that's daily downtrend confirmed. Then we'll likely come down to test this structure, this $29 level. We want to see active support. If that breaks, we're coming down to this black line here. It's 28.28 level. All right, that's all I got for you guys. Hope you guys had a great weekend and have a great rest of you guys' weekend. Feel free to comment below if you guys got any questions. And yeah, come hang out in the Discord room if you guys want to. It's all free. And feel free to support the channel. The link is in YouTube bio or in the comments. All right, I'll see you guys around on Tuesday.